So, first thing I'd just like to do is apologize to everybody here that, all the firm could come up with for Allie's farewell as the general counsel. But I kind of liked the idea because I thought it was particularly efficient. I thought I'd combine my remarks with making sure that Allie completes her departure checklist. Allie, just want to give this to you. Fill it out whenever it is. I didn't know this because I've never actually read it before, but it's 8 pages long. That might be a project for somebody to try to make it a little bit shorter. I was introduced to Allie probably about 11 years ago, I think now, when Allie was a summer associate. And we met in my office, my big office. And there was kind of an unusual and sensitive issue with a pro bono client on a case that Allie was working on. And I proposed to Allie that we take some precautionary steps. And so I outlined it, and then Allie just politely declined to follow. And so I pressed on, and I said, Allie, don't you think we really should do this? Just as a precaution. And then I will never forget this. So Allie's sitting there, she looks at me and she says, no, I'm good. And so then I thought, okay, what should I do? Why is this summer associate not listening to me? Should I press on? And then I looked at Allie, and I just knew it would be futile. And so I caved. It turned out everything was fine and Allie was right. But I knew then that Allie was a force to be reckoned with. This was even before she had an offer. And after that meeting, to be honest, I don't know that I could say I was looking forward to Allie's arrival at the firm. But she did arrive about a year later, and after I started hearing about her, I'm really, really glad that we did. So let me just, who is this person that we all feel so great about, and why, as Marissa said, are we going to miss her so much? Well, there's a whole package of things. There's her dedication to the firm and the profession, her friendship, her superb lawyering skills, positive attitude. Allie's been here now about 10 years, joining us after Harvard Law. And I didn't know this, but Dartmouth summa cum laude and Phi Beta Kappa. Wow. And Allie really wanted to be here. She was the class incoming at the time of the financial crisis, and they were delayed. Got paid a little bit of money to come later. But Allie got a call in December. I don't think she was supposed to start until the spring. And she was asked to come in the following Monday. Most people I think would have said, can I have a week or so to get, not Allie, she's right here Monday morning, ready to go. That's not the only thing that really shows Allie's dedication. I found out that she lives literally 1 minute away from the office. And that's when traffic is bad. Most people like to get away from the office, but Allie picked a place where she can look out the window and see it. She really lives and breathes WilmerHale and the law. She comes from a family of lawyers. Some of you know this, but her father has his own law firm. Her brother works at that law firm. Her mother is a judge, and before that was an assistant district attorney. Understand you have a sister who practices at Foley Hoag. I mean, this is quite a legal pedigree I can only imagine what your family dinner conversations are like. I don't know that I'd like to attend, but I do understand you have sisters who somehow escaped the family profession. Allie, I know how hard you work, and you work incredibly hard in a department that just works insanely hard. But you always have time for your family and your friends. You go to the Cape, you make time to see your nephew. I understand you just bought your first condo. Most people buy a primary residence first. Allie didn't. She wants to be close to the firm, of course, and bought a place on the Cape in Harwich, close to her family, which I understand you've started enjoying. And this has been announced in the local paper as the beginning of the Anarine compound. As Marissa said, Allie's recognized as a go-to lawyer for the most demanding clients, biggest, most complex and sprawling cases. If you have a case that needs a smart, savvy, respective, and tireless lawyer to take the lead, you go to Allie first. She cares deeply about the clients, the law, and her teammates. She never lets anything go by. She makes sure everything's done and done right. She reviews and comments on everything that comes across her desk. She's not afraid to say when it can and should be done better. And what sets her apart is she's willing to do it herself. And I think above all, after talking to people about Allie, what really I think is so special is that you never forget that above all, we're on this planet to try to make it a better place. And you strongly believe and you live it, that there's no exception to that rule for people practicing law at a big law firm. Marissa and Shirley planned this great event, and I spoke to them about Allie and what makes her so special. So Shirley, who's known Allie for 10 years or so, has said, Allie leads with grace, compassionate by example. She's a mentor to younger people. She's not scared to approach. She always takes the time to explain. She's a manager and a doer. And Marissa said, Allie is everyone's first stop, and certainly mine. She's the person you want to work with. You want Allie on the case because you don't need to worry about the deadlines being met. And not only met, but satisfied in the right way. I kind of think of it as like Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men. It's like, you want me on this wall, you need me on this wall. That's how we think about Allie. Allie makes sure that the client's satisfied. Everyone on the team has their say. The work product's excellent. Court rules have been consulted. Opposing counsel has no cause for complaint, and our reputation for excellence is maintained. Intel is one of the firm's premier, most important clients. And Allie has worked on about 14 Intel cases. She's been a key part of that relationship, and she's very important to Intel. Steve Muller, who you all know, a WilmerHale partner who left us to join Intel several years ago, shared some thoughts with me. He was unusually emotional, I thought. And he said the following: having worked on many cases with Allie, this is what most deeply comes to mind. I never heard a discouraging word from Allie. I never heard her say a bad word to or about anyone. Her ability to shine light has been a gift to me and everyone she works with. then he went back to what I think of classic Steve Mullen. And he said, without a doubt, she is leveling civil fines on wrongdoers and tossing criminals into jail. She will do it with a skip in her step and a twinkle in her eye. I also spoke with Mashoud Rassam at Intel. And Ali's about ready to faint. Because Mashoud is a tough grader, but he's fair. And he told me that Ali worked on R2 and VLSI, which he describes as the cases that have been most important to him in his career. And he said, started out by saying, Ali's amazing. That the R2 case was an incredible success in no small part due to Ali. He described team calls with Wilmer Hill luminaries on the line, including Bill Lee, Jim Quarles. Yes, Michael, you were included. Here. And those of you who I don't identify as luminaries, that doesn't mean you're not luminaries. I had a short call with Mashoud about a couple specific cases. So Mashoud told me, he said that on those calls with the luminaries, that 90% of it was a discussion between Mashoud and Ali. No one else had a word to say. Ali knew all of the answers, and whether it was strategy, substance, or procedure, he says she can handle it all. Others could jump in on the calls, but they didn't. That's how good Ali is. And Mashoud said he would have been devastated if Ali was leaving Wilmer Hale to go to another firm. But since she's going to the U.S. Attorney's Office, he's happy for her. He said she's the type of person we need in the DOJ. And I think that sentiment of Mashoud's we all share. I also heard that the U.S. Attorney called Bill Lee for his thoughts on Ali before extending the offer. And Bill, of course, provided a glowing recommendation. And then at the end, he joked that the U.S. Attorney should get prepared because Intel would be sending its marshals to get Ali back. Just a few words about Ali as friend. When I spoke to Anita, and Anita Constantino's been Ali's assistant for 10 years now. She immediately began telling me about her friendship with Ali and Ali's wide circle of friends, high school, college, law school, partners, associates, counsel, staff, Wilmer Hill alumni, you name it. And Anita told me how she and Ali became friends really from the minute you arrived here. I don't know whether I've heard this described by Anita various ways. I don't know which is accurate. Mother, rebellious daughter, niece, fun aunt. I don't know quite know what really applies here. But I do know that this has been rewarding for you both. Marisha shared with me her thoughts on being Ali's friend, and I think it's just worth quoting him. She said, Ali is the first person to celebrate with you, or you can cry to, or scream to. Yeah, occasionally people here want to scream. It's good that you fulfill that function. Ali is everyone's first stop, certainly mine. Your friendships, Ali, are an important part of our community here. Just want to spend a minute talking about how I got to know Ali best, which was on the Ford case. It was a particularly challenging 3-week trial, and several years preceding that were no less intense. And Marissa told me that there were night after night of working into the early morning. No, I was there. I think I knew that. I don't know. But she said that Ali set the tone Ali would say to everyone, we won't go home until all of us can go home. We'll share the work. If we all work together, we can leave in an hour rather than have somebody stay behind for 2 hours or more. Ali was always asking people, what do you have left? I can help. For Ali, there's no practicing law as a silo. Everything's collaborative and everything's a team effort. And I can't remember whether this is something that Shirley or Marissa told me, but since Ali has been on so many trials, the impact that she has had on people, on teams, and the right way to do it is just enormous. I also learned something in my investigation, that Ali slept in a broom closet at the Ford trial for a short nap. I guess so she could get back to work quickly. I don't know why. The hotel was across the street after all. I don't know what to think about that other than just please promise us you won't do that at the U.S. Attorney. So let me just close with this. From the moment you arrived back in December 2009, right in the middle of a financial crisis, you made an impact on this firm and this place. You made it and us better. You helped bring out the best in all of us, both professionally and personally. And we want you to know this. And as you leave us for really a fabulous opportunity at the U.S. Attorney's Office, it's one that you're perfectly suited for as a person and as a lawyer. Your friends here will miss your open door. Certain of your friends will miss the work breaks for trips to Starbucks and Sephora. They'll miss your cookies. But most of all, we're going to miss Ali being Ali. And now we're looking forward to seeing you shine as an assistant United States attorney. I understand that a real Wilmer Hill luminary, Joe Mueller, would like also to say a few words. So Joe,